What's going on, faithful? It's your boy here, Ryan. I am here with my only brother so far. That's all I'm going to have, probably just one guy with me. My one brother, Jizzle. Yeah, Jizzle, do your thing, man.
Yes, how's it going? How's it going, man? Happy New Year's, and I'm happy to be here.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, dude. I got you, brother. So, basically, what people we're here just to talk about real quick. I'm just going to do the news, and we're going to do a quick one because I know I won't have everybody here. Mark's not going to be here. Lawrence is not going to be here, and Troy. We'll talk about that then towards the end. So, all right. So they have other obligations to do with their family. So it's understandable. It's all good. So basically, I'm going to bring up. Let me see here. I got everything all listed down and all ready. I have to make sure I click the right one. Okay. Here we go, guys. And of course, the Niners' latest news and rumors. I'm going to share it to you guys right now, and we're not going to do the trivia question because basically that's Mark's idea to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. So he can do that all he wants when he's on here. That's all good. It's all him. So right now I got all set up. Here's our first one. Can you? Or can you don't? You can't see that, right? You can't see that. Hold
No,
on. I know.
I
I
can see
got you.
at
I
the
got you. I
bottom
messed
there.
up. I messed up. Hold on. I got to share the screen. My bad. That was my bad. I keep on forgetting about the screen and that screen. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. Okay, boom. Here we go. Here we go. Now, can you see that?
It's coming. Yeah, I see. Okay, Elijah
Okay.
Mitchell. Yeah, he's gonna play today, and
Yeah, I
that's
got you on
big.
the side. That's why I wanted to do it. That's why I want to do it. Okay. Yeah. Niner fans, faithfuls, the 49ers listed running back Elijah Mitchell knee as questionable for Sunday's game versus Texans. He last played in week 13 at Seattle, carrying the ball for 22 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. And Lemmy Field. I guess that's what they call that place. Lemmy Field. Lemmy Field.
Yeah, I mean
Lemon
it's
Field.
big getting that guy back, man. Because I feel like they're gonna have to put Trey Lance. He hasn't been official, but we know Trey Lance is playing. Got to put him in a advantageous situation, be able to run the clock. And I believe it's also important to get an easy pass on that first series just to get the offense in rhythm. So that'll be very helpful.
I got you. I got you, man. Yeah, my thought on it is that I'm glad he's come back. I just hope it doesn't do anything bad to him. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I hope he's ready, and I hope he's ready to run because I know we're going to need him. JWJ has been doing good. Yes, he's been doing good, Faithful. I know. But I know we need more speed. And Elijah Mitchell brings that speed. I just hope he's good enough to bring that speed again, like he before he got injured. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So that's my take on that. Let's see. We go to the next one. Our next one is it's been hearing good reports on Trey Sermon when 49ers activated off IR. It will create a good problem of the rich running backs to suit up on the 48 man. I think they meant to say 49 or 48. I think it's 48, right? I
49
thought
sounds better. 49
49.
sounds
Yeah, yeah. So they messed up on that. Yeah, I recognize that too. Matt Mioka messed that one up. I knew that was wrong for some reason. So the 40-man game day roster and which running backs to make the inactive. Their running backs will be Elijah Mitchell, JWJ, as I call him, but to you guys, Jeffrey Wilson Jr., Jamaica Hasty, Brian Hill, and Trey Sermon. So, what's your thoughts on that, man?
um, I mean, the more depth, the better. As far as see, a lot of people made a big deal about who was going to be starting. Some people were standing for Jimmy, some people were standing for Trey. But the thing that comes down to, they were always going to run the ball 40 or plus times in this game. So having that stable and that depth at running back is going to be huge.
I got you, brother. I got you. Yeah, man. To me, man, I hope it's. I know it's not gonna be Elijah Mitchell. I'd be surprised if they start him first. I'd be surprised. But JWJ is probably gonna be the first. JWJ to be first. I think he's gonna do the first one and second ones, and I think it's gonna be Elijah Mitchell the thirds. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it's going to be Elijah Mitchell first. I can't wait to see the game
Oh, really?
today.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
good.
I mean, he's
That's
had the
good.
rest, and he was the starter. He was the
That's good,
starter
man.
before that happened, and Wilson's going to be heavily involved, but I believe that they're looking for explosive
Yeah.
plays. Kyle Shanahan's always looking for the explosive play. So and not to take anything away from Wilson, he just doesn't have that same explosiveness.
Yeah, that's why I first thought about the explosion part. I mean, I'm hoping he's ready. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. I'm hoping he's ready to run. And if it's not going to be JJBJ, it's going to be Elijah Mitchell. Either one. Either one brings that explosiveness, and whoever does it will get the first, no matter what. But I'd see Brian Hill. I really would. I want to see Brian Hill. I hope he's ready to come in and do some stuff. So I don't know if he's going to run or not. So we won't know until we game time. So that's the way it is for that one. So our next one is this the one I guess everybody was looking at. The 49ers officially listed Jimmy Garoppolo right thumb as doubtful for this week 17 game Sunday versus the Texans. Coach Shanahan said rookie Trey Lance is likely to start. Oh boy, you got that one, man.
It's the big one, man. It's because I just heard some reports that Jimmy G he's targeting to come back in that week 17 game. He said they think he'll be ready for that game. But here's the thing: if Trey Lance comes out here and shows something special, maybe he does that bomb you were talking about. Just hits that big deep one. Maybe we'll just tell him to rest that finger just a little bit longer. To next year.
That's true, man. That's so true, dude. It's so true. I mean, I'm hoping somebody. I hope he. They're put down, but down the latest report yesterday. I seen it yesterday, but I ain't keep the report that they say that he will be good for next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You saw that too. You saw that
too.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. It, but I'm saying if Trey goes in there and does his thing, I mean, it's you won't want to reset the process again. You know what I mean? You don't want to reset the process. You go to the rookie, you keep yo-yoing back and forth. That's going to mess with his confidence. And he's the guy. He's the future. So I don't see them doing that if he has a really good game. If he has just an average game like he did his previous start with Arizona, then I can see them going back to Jimmy Garoppolo before the playoffs.
I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, I don't want Trey to get messed up either. I want him to stay in here. But hey, man, we can't tell anything's going to happen until Kyle Shanahan does his shit. That's the way it is. He's the boss. He runs it. He runs the ship. So I guess we're going to see what happens with him. So that's the way it goes for that. So next one on the list is quarterback Nate Stufffield has been activated from the team's practice squad. Boy, COVID replacement. What do you think about that one?
I mean, that just see, Shanahan is he likes to play poker against himself. I mean, we already knew Trey was going to start. This just confirms it. You need a backup for Trey in this game. And I mean, I don't think he tricked Lovie Smith or the Texans, and they've been preparing for Lance the whole time. And I don't know if it's something that Shanahan likes to do. I mean, but I don't see why.
Yeah, I got you on my mute. Sorry. I want to put this out here real quick. Our first comment for this one is our brother Troy. Troy. What's up, brothers? What's up, man? We'll be mentioning you at the end of the show, but don't worry, we'll be mentioning you. So don't worry about that, man. We got you. All right. We got you, man. We miss you, though, brother. We miss you. So next one is going to be Mitch Wiskowski has been activated from the COVID list after all. So the 49ers will have their punter tomorrow, and I'm not sure why Nate Stufffield got the COVID replacement tag for his practice squad activation, though. That's weird, though.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird. I don't get it either.
And another one from Troy. We're going to get this win today, guys. Yeah, we are, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
I got you, man. So, next one on the list, with Tanner Hudson promoted to the 53, the 49ers will enter the Texans game with 4 tight ends. Wow. 4 tight ends.
That
Kittle,
tells you
Warner,
they
Dwelly,
plan to
and
run the
Hudson.
ball 40 times a game. Like I said, it's going to happen. You know, they're putting that extra blocking in there, just making it a nice, easy game plan for Trey Lance. I believe something that's never been talked about as far as like schematics is when you have a quarterback like Trey Lance that can move around. The defense have to designate a quarterback spy, and you know what I mean. You come out of these passing play action plays, you know that quarterback spy takes a guy out of coverage. So big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal, man. 4 tight ends, man. Jesus. Now, who do you think out of all 4? Who do you think is going to be or going to be playing today? I know Kittle's definitely one of them, but is it Dwelly or Hudson or Warner? Do you think?
I think Warner because he came out of Georgia as a blocker. That's his skill set, and I think he's going to be in a lot of the big eye type, formations. You know what I mean? So I believe he's going to be that guy. Smash
I
mouth.
got you. I got you, brother. I got you. Yeah, me too. Well, I like Warner. I do like Warner. Dwelly. He's a good one. He's good, but he does mess up sometimes. He does, and not all players are perfect. I understand that. I do, but sometimes he does miss his blocks. He misses
Yeah,
blocks. He does. I've seen that too.
I've
But
seen that too.
yeah, so I'm
He's
nothing
going to
against him
play. I
though.
think Hudson's the odd man out.
Yeah, I never seen Huston. I never seen his face even. I don't even know who he looks like.
Yeah.
I never seen him. So he might be a new guy we picked up. I didn't recognize him until now.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And next one is here we go. Roster moves. Activation off COVID-19 list with Mitch, punter, promoted to the active roster from practice squad. Tight end Tanner Hudson. This, of course, is a few days ago, but I wanted to bring it up anyway. Standard elevation from practice squad was linebacker Mark. I can never say his name right for some reason. Nuacha. I can never say his name right. And linebacker Curtis Robinson. And of course, I know I didn't get the bottom one, but wait. Oh man, I didn't recognize that bottom. Yeah. Okay. I didn't recognize that till now. But looked at it. I just looked at it too. I'm like, they released him? Wow. Now, faithful. I know there's only 2 people watching. It's probably Troy and whoever the other person is. Whoever it is, what are your thoughts about waiving Brian Hill? We didn't get a chance to see the guy play.
I heard he was fast.
I know. I seen his tape too on the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah. I was that right there. That tells you something about Elijah Mitchell.
He's healthy.
Yeah. So he's healthier now. Hopefully he's healthier. We got rid of Brian Hill, and now Mitchell's back. Just hope it doesn't come back to bite us. Hope not. So, hey man, I'm happy about Elijah Mitchell, but Brian Hill, I was surprised about that one. I really was. So,
I mean, I don't think it'll come back to bite us from the standpoint that Trey Sermon's getting healthier. You know what I mean? So
I got you.
We still be good.
Yeah, I think we'll be good too, no matter what. Elijah Mitchell back. I never wanted to think the worst. Never do. It will kill you. So, next one on the list is the 49ers will have to wait another week for Trey Sermon as he wasn't activated off the IR. Trey Lance, Jeff Wilson Jr., Elijah Mitchell be able to carry the running back load for Sunday. Dude, what do you think about that one?
Well, I think it's like I think it's just conditioning. You know, you've been on the IL for a while, and I think he's healthy. They need to ramp him up as far as cardio and conditioning goes. But I think we're good. We're in a good place with just the what we have right now. We're gonna come out with an exotic smash mouth and run it down their throats. You know.
I got y'all now, man. I hope we do. I just can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait to see Trey Lance fucking run outside that pocket. I want to see how he does. You know, it's gonna be special. Yeah. It is.
It's gonna be special.
Yeah, it is, man. I got you. Mr. Growski has been activated for the COVID list after all. I think did I read that one or no? I read that one, right?
So, yeah.
My bad, guys. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. That was the last one, I think. That was the last one anyway. That was the last one. All right. Now, go back out of that. My bad on that one. Now I'm ready for now. Of course, like I said in the beginning of the show, guys, we're gonna do the pressers next. The pressers. Yeah, I got the pressers already set up. So here you go. So here comes the pressers, real quick. I just got. Do you see that or no? Or is it the wrong one?
No, nothing's up
No.
there.
Okay. I got to stop this one and go back in again. Sorry, my bad. Okay, stop that one and start it up again. Erase that one. Right there, guys. Sorry about that. My bad. Share and boom, and boom, and boom, and we're ready to rock and roll. You can see that now. You good?
Yeah, it's buffering.
Okay. Yep.
There it is.
It's not gonna be like what me and Witch Call talked about, Mark. I'll have to fast forward it. It's all in one thing now, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, guys.
Practice than he was.
Can you hear that?
Started as a rookie. Have you seen that from him? And
can you hear that?
Improvements have you seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just feel like he was doing a pretty good job at the beginning of the year. Being a rookie quarterback, first round quarterback. I'm familiar with the type of pressure you can have on yourself, and I just feel like from what I saw out today, like he completed 2 passes on me. Great ball placement, great decision making. And obviously he can use his feet. Haven't been seeing him use his feet as much. Like I said, I feel like he progressed throughout the year, just like everybody else did too. But I feel like he's doing it at a pretty fast rate.
Hey, Jimmy, what are your impressions of the Texans rookie quarterback Davis Mills?
Has a quick release. Not afraid to throw those deep out routes. And a lot of quarterbacks be kind of nervous on that. I think he has the arm to do it. He trusts his wide receivers. Doesn't hesitate too much from what I saw. That's about it.
One follow-up on that. Is that quick release mechanical, or do you think that he processes well when he's back there?
Yes, I think he's processing the game well. And I think he can read a defense too. I think he knows where he wants to go with the ball, especially his first or second read. Depends on the disguise that he's shown. I feel like he's really great at being a decision maker and knowing where he wants to put the ball at.
Hey, Jimmy, when you say that Trey completed a couple passes on you, how common is that you guys go ones against ones in a Thursday practice? And what's the mindset? What's the reasoning for that?
I really have no clue. I had to ask Coach Kyle on that, the reason for it, but I'd be happy about it. I look forward to we call it special cat. So I look forward to going against the ones because you don't do it as much once during the season. So, just to get a feel, and I get to guard Kittle sometimes, get to guard Debo or BA, get to go against Jimmy. Obviously, it's Trey today. So I just feel like, there's just something Coach wanted to do, just go against our scheme and let us go against his scheme.
Get into football, congratulations on being a father, and what was that experience like last weekend for you and Monday?
Maybe he actually came Monday.
Debo, guys, Debo.
So it was a great experience. It's something that you can't even explain. It's just I actually didn't tear up, but I was just so happy just to see him and knowing everything went well and the baby happy, healthy, and the mother healthy. So I mean, it was great.
And now, speaking of health, are you fully healthy too? I mean, we saw you working out on the side of the start of practice. How are you doing going?
We just making sure, what I'm saying. I've been on flights, back and forth for a while. So, what I'm saying, just over there, just making sure I'm good. And it's just a way of Cal wrapping me up and just getting me ready for this weekend. No bumps and bruises or anything.
Hey, Debo, congratulations. Does being a father, is it is it surprising how it's changed your perspective at all, or is it what you thought it might be?
It hasn't changed. What's so crazy, talking to Emmanuel a lot throughout this process or whatever, he was like, I kind of see why you playing the way you're playing, because you know you're soon to be a father. And he was telling me, like, whenever you have a child, it just changes everything, the way you go about working. And you know what I'm saying, you have a little you out here just moving around and think about. So it kind of changed the perspective of that end, yes, for sure.
But where was your child born? And sorry if this is already out there, but what is his or her name?
The child was born in North Carolina, and his name is Tashawn Raekwon Samuel Jr.
You guys good?
Did you hear me?
No, here. Go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, we heard you. I like it, Junior. And Debo, with a lot of talk this week about which quarterback might be going, Trey's been running the offense obviously all week. So how has he improved behind the scenes from your perspective as a wide receiver, I guess, in terms of how quick the ball's coming out and the accuracy of it?
Kind of like what Kyle said. He feel like, you know what I'm saying, Trey has been throwing the ball pretty well the past month, but you know, he was the scout team quarterback and was doing a really good job there with the wideouts, you know. While he's throwing and stuff, you know, we kind of in the back going over the plays for the next series. So we kind of, you know what I'm saying, go off Kyle Word, and he's been doing a pretty good job this week. Getting the tempo of the offense. You know, it's still a learning curve from him, but he's doing a good job if you ask me.
All right. Before you leave, can you spell the name for these guys so they get it right?
Y'all need me to spell the name. Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
Tyshun, Tashawn Raekwon, Raequan, Samuel, Samuel, Jr. I'm trying to get senior put on my jersey for this Sunday, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Man, I can't believe they had it spelled out like that. That was unreal, yo. That was unreal. Damn. I mean, I didn't know how to spell it either, to be honest, but that was pretty cool how he did that, though. He did that for them no matter what, you know. That's how humble that guy is. He's a humble kid, I'll tell you, man. He's unbelievable. So, yeah. And my thought on him thinking about his baby, you see him smile off that kid. He is happy. He is happy, man.
And you know what about that? It's like, you know, I think traditionally you get that testosterone spike that, you know, for the first game at least, that, you know, man, I'm going out here playing for my kid and my teammates, and, you know, so I'm expecting a big game out of Debo on that point.
Yeah, I mean, the birth of his baby and the game, you know, it could be good. It could go anywhere. It could go Debo. It could go Ayuk. It could go Kittle. It could go Mitchell. You know, it could go Lance. I mean, we have weapons in this game. We have weapons, dangerous weapons.
Dangerous weapons, yeah.
And hope the defense does their job. But yeah, I see a smile of Debo, and I know he's happy. He's in a great place right now. So I hope it keeps on going with him. Yeah, I'm proud of the kid. I am. So
I'm happy too, man, because new year, new quarterback. You know, it's, that's the way I look at it, and things can change. You know, I think the Niners, they were doing good. You know, that for these last few weeks and everything. And they tripped up this last week against Tennessee, obviously, but I feel like they needed a spark, and like, what better way to get a spark? You know what I mean? It's almost comparable to like a coach gets fired, and then the next couple of games, that team just roars off a couple wins because they're inspired again. And I think the Niners are playing well, but not inspired. And now that Trey Lance is in there, it might inspire us to better things.
I got you, man. I got you, dude. Got you all the way, man. It inspires you. It does. I mean, he knows what he did. He brought a baby in the world, and he's happy. And he's right now they're on the verge of having a game that's very important. Sorry, guys. Sorry, people. I do my son here for a second. Yeah, he has a game right now, and it's a very important game to all of us, to all the faithful. And we win this one. I know we're gonna be scoreboard watching too. I know, with the Saints and Panthers game. I know that for a fact. But if it happens, if Panthers do win somehow, we win our game. Yes, we could be happy tonight because we'll be in the playoffs. We'll be playing in 2 weeks, and we're playing a wild card game. Yep. So, yeah, I'm happy for the kid. I really am. So, all right, guys, here we go. So on.
Howdy.
The people's tight end.
Howdy.
There's people in the feed.
Seriously, howdy. That's good. That's George Kittle. That's him.
Go ahead for George.
Hello, George.
Well, hi.
How are you?
I'm wonderful today. How are you guys?
Good. I heard you're in my town eating at La Conda the other day again without me.
How'd you hear about that?
No things.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Town. You're supposed to call me. Anyhow, all right, to football matters. You haven't had Jimmy Garoppolo on the practice field the last 2 days, so how has Trey Lance looked? And how has he come along in the last couple months?
I think Trey's looked good. The last couple months, I think that there's been a huge improvement. So, like everything that you guys saw in camp, I think he's been way better than that. He just looks more mature in the pocket. I think I saw Fred Warner said that he's like not relying on his legs to make plays, and he's like sitting in the pocket and he's reading it a little bit more, and he's like taking a little bit more chances in the pocket, which I mean, I agree with him. He's not just, hey, he sees a flash of color. He kind of shifts in the pocket and he still is able to deliver a ball. And, that's what you want to see. I mean, he's definitely improved in the last several weeks.
Hey, George, during the game last week, did you have any idea of the severity of Jimmy's injury, or at least did he show to you that he was, kind of seriously injured?
Oh, I noticed him playing with his thumb, and whenever you look on the sideline and someone's fidgeting with something, you know that there's an issue. But no, other than that, he didn't complain about it. He didn't bring it up to anybody, and he just went out there and continued to play. And I think led us on a 94-yard touchdown drive to tie the game. So I think he was doing all right.
George, what are some qualities you've seen from Trey just in terms of leadership since training camp? I know my camera's off and you hate that, and I apologize, but
it's not very fair.
But what are some of those leadership qualities that you saw when he got to camp and kind of how they've improved just in terms of in the huddle, et cetera? I know you're in practice, but.
I mean, I think leadership wise, I think all that Trey's showing is that he works really hard. He leads by example. I mean, he's not really a rah-rah guy yet. He's still a rookie, and he's still, finding his footing. But I think he just leads by example. He works really hard. You can tell how much he cares about the game. You can tell about his passion for it, his love for the game. And, whether that's inspiring or motivating, I kind of think it's a little bit of both. But you can just tell how much work he puts into it. And, with that, and then just the fact of being a quarterback, you just kind of had that leadership quality. And he's definitely not shying away from it. And, he speaks his voice when he needs to. And, that's about it. I think he's done a really good job so far. Are you guys going to ask me anything other than Trey and Jimmy questions?
I'm going to ask you something a little different, George.
A little different? Come on.
Well, yeah. Actually, we're back on Zoom here. Obviously, I know Kyle was saying the other day that you guys started separating again and doing Zoom meetings virtually and things like that. How much are you as a leader of the team taking on yourself to let guys know, hey, we got to really bear down here, especially when it comes to COVID over the next few weeks to try to avoid it, because you've done such a good job so far?
I mean, I think our leadership council, like the leaders from each position, have done a good job in their rooms. But I think Kyle's done a fantastic job. Every team meeting, really this whole year, we've talked about it. Guys have been on top of it. But I mean, these last 2-3 weeks, I think Kyle's done a great job of explaining the importance of it and the severity of like the consequences of it. And he's made it really realistic to people like, hey, like if this happens and you're out, like we're kind of screwed. And I think like the Texans were missing 20 guys or something like that last week. And a lot of teams have been missing a bunch of guys. And so we've been very fortunate to only have one positive test. But I think, this team, I think they've done a really, really good job. I think our goal is more important than, what you do every single day. And I think also the fact that, our team lets family members get tested, whenever you want to get them tested. So if they fly in or something, they want to come see you, it's awesome. Like my family flies in, I get them tested, and then they go stay at the hotel, and, like you want to see them and everything. But at the end of the day, we have a max of like 6 more weeks of football, maybe 7. I don't really know off the top of my head. But I mean, everything else can kind of wait if, your end goal is to play in February.
George, what strikes you about the Houston Texans defense, and in terms of your guys' running game, what do you like matched up against it?
My favorite thing about the Texans defense is that they got 3 of my former teammates at Iowa, with Jaleel Johnson, Desmond King, and Kirksey. So I'm excited to play with all of them. Desmond and Jaleel I graduated with, so fun to see that. And Kirksey, I remember my freshman year at Iowa used to just throw me to the ground all the time. So, a little payback there. See you later, Kirks. But I'm excited to see them. But just really their defense, I think they do a fantastic job of, they just fly around to the football and they create so many turnovers. They're always around the ball. They're always punching for the football. And like one of the things they do a really good job of, their D-line, and like if they get a ball like over the linebacker or something, their whole team chases the ball down. Like there's always people coming up behind trying to punch the ball out, and you just can't have that. We've always said that turnovers have been like kind of our kryptonite, the thing that keeps our offense from being able to be what it should be. And so that's one thing we're definitely focused on is these guys are good at getting the ball out, and it's the reason they've had multiple games where they've had 5 turnovers, and that's kind of wild. It's very impressive. So, look to limit those things and just kind of play our football. And then in the run game, I'm expecting us to go out there and just play Niner football. There's not a lot of teams, I think, that run the ball like we do, especially the way our whole team blocks, running off the football, our wide receivers, the way they get in there and grind. I don't think there's a lot of teams like it. And so I'm looking forward to see how they respond to us. But I'm more just excited to see us back on the field running the football.
We'll do 2 more, guys.
That's it, Pete. Thank you so much.
Hey, George.
Well, no, next. You don't have
Sorry.
no camera? Like, I made
I
an
know.
exception for Tracy.
Why don't I get an exception?
I get 1 exception a day.
Yeah, well. So do
Okay.
I.
Well, hello, Jennifer.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
It's been a long time since we've been in the locker room. What's the vibe like? A couple of your teammates have said that there's a playoff mentality going on in there. What is it like in the locker room now?
I think it's been really great. Especially the last 7 weeks. I think it's just, you kind of just feel the confidence has increased every single week. I think, our team has continually played better. I know we've lost, 2 games that we wish we wouldn't have lost, but I still think, guys have made plays, and, I think the confidence of the team has definitely continued to climb. And you can kind of just feel that energy and that buzz throughout the locker room. We got great guys in there. We got colorful people in there. They, bring the energy every single day. From Debo to Arden, Trent Williams, we have a lot of guys in there that, bring the energy. And when you have leaders of a team that bring the energy, all the other guys match that energy. And I think we had a good practice today. Guys were flying around. I thought we looked good yesterday too. So, I think we are continuing to get better. And, in the NFL, like if you play with confidence, you have a pretty good chance of winning.
Hey, George, you were not targeted with a pass in the final 46 minutes against the Titans. That's highly unusual. Is that a thing where you tip your cap to the defense? I'm sure a lot went into why that was, but is part of it like, hey, I should have done this, I should have that? I mean, do you look at that and say, hey, I should have been doing something better?
It's football. I have games I've been targeted 15 times. I have games that I've been targeted 1 time. Just kind of is the way that it is. Would I prefer to be targeted more? Sure. I love getting the ball in my hands. I love rumbling and bumbling and stumbling. It just isn't the way that it turned out. Whether it was, just concepts we were running or, they had a good pass rush, they had a good game plan in. I think there's a lot of things that go into it, from coverage wise to routes to, there's obviously a couple things I think I could have done better. But, at the same time, my confidence always says throw it, and whether there's 2 or 3 guys, I don't really care. But, it is what it is. And the good news is it's been way past 24 hours, kind of over that one. But, I had an opportunity this week to go out there and, bust some heads, and I can't wait for it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. I've missed you all so much. See ya.
Line quite a bit.
George Kittle is such a comedian to me, man. He brings hype. He brings hype to that friggin' offense. He does. He brings hype to the offense, defense, special teams. Doesn't really matter. But he's got his character no matter what,
And I
man.
think he wasn't there for Trey's last start, so that's a big thing too.
Oh man, that's unbelievable. But I guess we're back on Zoom again because they weren't live at the studio. They're actually on Zoom again. So that COVID shit, man, it's unreal.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, the whole team has not been affected by it. That's what I recognized. Just a couple of people like Mitch. Who else was there? There was a couple more guys that got affected. Or I don't know if it was affected, but it was, I guess, positive results. But not the whole team was affected. Thank God. So.
And you can look at that as a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is we have less people out, but we really haven't capitalized on that. As far as other teams have been hit harder, we should be in a lot better place if you look at it wins and loss wise.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's true, man. It's so true. Hey, I know we got a couple comments on here, and there you go. Hey, Nick, what's up, bud? Hey, Troy, I hope you're well, brother. Yeah, he like I said, I'm gonna mention him at the end, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna mention him at the end. I'd rather wait till the end and give my final thought about him, but so far he's doing good, and I'll just keep going with that, okay? Until at the end. All right, guys. And here goes Nick Bosa. Sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry, man. All right, bud. Here you go, guys.
Bit whether you consulted with him and whether he's been valuable this week.
Yeah, I mean, he's been definitely chiming in meetings and letting us know anything that he knows. But the film doesn't lie, and we're all watching the film too, so we're gonna be ready.
Yeah, Nick, I'm curious as to what your game day routine is like. Do you arrive at the same time? Do you listen to the same music, or are you regimented in the way that you prepare for a game?
I feel it is pretty exact. With obviously the time of the game is different, but I try to eat the same stuff, similar. I take my pregame shower at the hotel, come over, get dressed, come over. I prefer when I'm home, so I get to drive in my car and listen to some music or a podcast or whatever I'm listening to at the time. And then I roll in and do my normal pool movement. I hop in the hot tub, I'll jump in the cold tub, full plunge to wake me up, get in the pool, move around, get with Ryan, do my knee stuff, stretch, warm up, and ready to go. Not that exciting.
I know you have your own agenda in practices, but are you curious, or do you observe Trey Lance at work, and what have you seen from him sort of as the season's progressed?
I just see him in scout team, just kind of with free reign, which is probably pretty good for a young quarterback. He could just kind of do whatever he wants out there and throw the ball around and not think about interceptions or anything. But I'm not going to lie to you and say that I have an assessment on his development as a quarterback, because I definitely liked what I saw in the Arizona game, though. So, see.
Nick, what's on that pregame playlist? What kind of music are you listening to?
I'm pretty weak on my music lately. A lot of Tame Impala, some Dead Mouse. Yeah, I'm kind of on the podcast a little bit lately, Joe Rogan. Yeah, I'm very lazy with my finding new music, so I need to get some new stuff. I'm pretty dry on the music.
Nick, after the last game, you were pretty frustrated on how you were double teamed the entire time. Do y'all feel like you have a better plan going forward this week?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be ready for whatever is thrown at us. It's hard to say that it's gonna work against what we got last week because 7-man protection is tough, but we definitely have answers that we're gonna go to quick and show them that we have answers. I think we were kind of a little ill prepared last week. We didn't expect that fully, so we'll definitely be ready for that.
Hey, Nick, earlier in the season, you had expressed just a real admiration for Josh Norman. Seemed like you guys had developed a bit of a kinship. Just following up on that months later, I guess, how would you describe his personality, or why does it seem you and others have kind of gravitated toward him this season?
I just think he's a funny guy, just goofy dude. He's just fun to play with too. He loves football and he works really hard, and he always tells me, well, since beginning of the season when I played on the right a bunch, which was his side, I've been moving over to the left, and he always begs me to come over and play on the right with him again because he's lonely without me. So he's just a funny dude.
Yeah, Nick, since you've won the last 3 games at home, I believe, do you feel like you've built sort of a home field advantage as the season has gone along, and this should probably be the last time you play there this year? Has that entered your mind, and will you guys be thinking about that as you go out there to win one more game at home?
Yeah, I actually thought about this week, how in the beginning of the year we kind of had that monkey on our back where we lost a bunch in a row at home, and Levi's was starting to get frustrated with us, which is understandable. And then I realized that we've had some pretty good games at home. So I definitely like to keep it rolling. I love running out of the tunnel and hearing the fans, and it's definitely not even just at home, but all over the country. One of the best fan bases who show up all over the place. And but yeah, this is probably our last one at home this year. So we would love to get them a win, and if we want to play more games after the next 2, we got to get a win. So it's all around important.
Hey, Nick, among non-family members, is there a guy you would either that you do or would like to? I just talked pass rushing with, I guess I'm saying a guy who you really respect as a technician, and just kind of a master of the craft.
In the league?
Yes, sir.
And you said not family. I wouldn't mind talking to Aaron Donald. I've never really had a conversation with him, just to hear what he says. I think Robert Quinn would be interesting hearing from him. Whenever people ask me about pass rushers, I can't think of any. Yeah, Chandler. I talked to Chandler a little bit though. over GM. So I've talked to him a little bit, but I'd definitely like to hear from Aaron Donald just to hear what his mindset is, because he's so elite.
When you mentioned Quinn, I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about, but I think he's celebrated for a certain chop move. Would that be something you'd want to discuss with him?
Yeah, I'd definitely ask him about the cross chop. But I think he's dominated more than just that move throughout the years. And I think it's interesting that he plays only on the right, because for guys that have had the numbers that he's had, he's always been going against the left tackle, which is usually the better player. So I think it's even more impressive that he's been able to do that.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Man, Nick Bosa,
I
you
was
gotta
gonna
love
say,
that guy.
yeah,
It
go ahead,
looks
go
like
ahead,
he
go
goes
ahead.
to the podium with the mindset to put the reporters to sleep, and then probably almost win.
Yeah, man, I wanted to say it so bad during the whole thing. Even Troy said it. Oh my God, Bosa is a strange interview. And yeah,
Like,
give
he
it a
has
shout
that
out to
surfer
Nick
boy,
Corky.
like
Nick
sleepy
Cork.
surfer boy kind of thing going.
Give a shout out to Nick. Thanks a lot, man, for coming on, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
And here you go. Laid back. Yes, Nick, he is as I was about to say, he is so laid back, but he puts it on the field. He's a totally different athlete in that field. Totally different athlete. I love it. I do. So there you go. Up Troy. He is so laid back. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, Troy, man. Yes, he is. All right, guys. Next one here. Let me back out of this real quick. Sorry about that. I got the other ones all set up. It's all ready. Should I get to it? It's only going to be mostly Ayuk and, of course, our man Lance.
Comes to at the receiver
Okay.
position, coming
Yeah, I know.
to know which quarterback you're going to be playing with.
Here you go. Is that on there? Is that on there? Or no? Okay, it's on there. Okay, I want to make sure it was on there, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Start it over again, and here we go.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you. How big of a deal is it for you guys when it comes to at the receiver position, coming to know which quarterback you're going to be playing with on Sunday? And does it adjust, the chemistry or the timing to practice with one quarterback and have another quarterback playing in games?
I think that goes back to the work that we put in throughout the season, before the season, OTAs, camp, just getting comfortable with everybody, continue to work with everybody as the season goes on, so that we just continue to build a rapport and just are comfortable with everybody. So we know how this game is. We know injuries happen. We know stuff happens. So we just have to be fluid and be ready to roll with anybody.
Sorry, I had it on mute. Sorry. Keep on forgetting about the mute. Real quick. Remember I was talking about that bomb?
Yeah.
Remember what Mark said?
Yeah.
Yep. I remember it. I hope he does get it. I don't care who gets it, really. I hope one of them gets it.
That's the field stretcher right there. He's got the speed and the athleticism to get behind those corners. So,
Gotcha,
man,
man. Gotcha.
exciting.
Okay, so hypothetically, if Trey Lance is the guy, I mean, how comfortable were you guys out on the practice field this week with him? What kind of confidence did he inspire in y'all?
I know we get that question a lot, receivers, when there's a new quarterback coming in. But really, for us, we just know that if we're in the right spots and where we're supposed to be, we know that they'll be trusting in us and they'll be where they need to be at the same time. So if we take care of our part, it's not too much to worry about for them on their end.
Anyone else?
Hey, Brandon, this has been a kind of a eventful season for you in some ways. Is this, as you look back on it, would you say it's an enjoyable, a learning experience, a difficult season? How would you characterize it? I realize it's not quite over.
All of the above. I would say all of the above. But like I said, we're here coming up on January, and we have everything in front of us that we wanted at the beginning of the season. So that's the most important thing. That's the most exciting thing out of everything. So with everything that's going on, Kyle says it all the time, everything that we've went through individually as a team is on preparation for what's to come. So like I said, we're here approaching January, and we still have everything in front of us that we wanted at the beginning of the season.
Brandon, Mike McDaniel said yesterday that Trey has really kind of let his personality come out over the last several weeks and last several months, much how you have with us. Do you see that from him? And is he one of these people, the more you get to know him, just the more comfortable you get with him as a leader and as a teammate?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about the locker room all the time and just how he fits in with everybody, just every position group, every individual. You can go up and talk to Trey, and it's just easy conversation. Everything flows. Just talking to him, playing around with him, playing football with him, and just even the way everybody respects him just by the way that he prepares and the way that he handles himself as a professional. So he's definitely we got to see more of him personally and on the football field as well.
Yeah, Brandon, it seemed like at the beginning of the season, there was a lot of talk about Levi's and how you couldn't win at Levi's. And now you've, I think, won 3 in a row there and kind of reestablished your home field. And how important is it to go out a winner there, since tomorrow will be the last one?
Oh, it's very important. Very important. We know what's at stake with this one. And not only that, it's the next one that we have. So it's very important. We know what we have to do, what we need to get done in order to get done what we want and what we look forward to. So we're excited to get out there, play in front of a home crowd. That's been great here the past couple of games that we've been playing at home. So we're excited to get back in there and see everybody.
All right, guys. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Cool. And guys,
we got Trey here.
it'll be last one. It'll be last one. The last one interview.
Trey, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Can't hear you. There you go. Oh, hold on. I'm messing up here. There we go. Hey, we've heard a lot from teammates and coaches about how much improvements you've been making behind the scenes. How do you feel better prepared? And where do you think your improvements have been made most since you last played in that game against the Cardinals?
I think all around. I mean, it was a long time ago that I played. It seems like a long time ago, the Cardinals game. But all around, I mean, I've gotten to see Jimmy go through different situations, whether it's in games or in practices. Also having Nate Sudfeld in the room is a huge help for me. Just to have another person to bounce ideas off, to ask questions to. And Jimmy also, like I said, has always been there to answer my questions. From a health standpoint, I think I feel probably the most healthy I've felt since I've been here. But yeah, I mean, getting more reps, getting to see things like how Jimmy prepares in a short week, last Thursday, things like that would have been really hard for me just as a rookie with no vets in the room. I think those things have helped me a ton this year.
Trey, as far as scout team and overlap with what you guys do on offense, just wondering if there have been some games, some weeks of preparation that have been more valuable to you, or another way to phrase it, I guess, is which weeks have sort of stood out to you in preparation?
I don't know if any are more valuable, because I think, I guess the way I look at it, whether I'm playing as, I was Justin Fields when we played Chicago. Obviously, he can move. Then I went to play Kirk. You know what I mean? I think I gain a lot from both of those. Obviously, our D line is really good, so I appreciate it when I can play kind of how I play and be off schedule. But when I'm, emulating for the defense a quarterback that doesn't move and necessarily a lot doesn't, play off schedule,
I think there's things that I gain from that for sure. You know, I get used to making different throws that I don't necessarily see myself making, but at the same time, it's good to get those reps.
Trey, can you just tell us what this week was like for you running the first team so much, since you hadn't done so in about 3 months? And then Jimmy Ward said yesterday you completed a couple passes on him. So I'm wondering how helpful that is to go against the first team defense, which you've done most of the season anyhow.
Yeah, going against those guys is awesome, and obviously it's a huge challenge. With Fred in the middle, Jimmy, I mean, I could go, name the whole defense. But yeah, Jimmy's locker's right next to mine actually, so we get to talk a little bit after practice, and it's always good to get reps against those guys. And obviously practicing with the first team this week. Don't know if Jimmy's going to be able to go or not on Sunday, but for me to be able to get those reps, I think was huge. Whether I go on Sunday or not, I think I gained a lot from him.
Great. Fred Warner mentioned the other day a conversation that you guys had a while back, just about, maybe you cutting it loose a little bit more in practice, taking some more downfield shots or trying to throw into tight windows and things like that. Do you remember when that conversation took place, and maybe kind of what clicked for you when you did have that conversation with Fred? Yeah,
we've had the conversation a couple of times, sometimes more maybe, heated than others. I don't necessarily even want to say heated, but just, I'm a competitor. Fred's obviously one of the best competitors I've ever been around. And for him to care, not only about the look they're getting, but also my development, him, kind of pull me off to the side, or maybe us shouting across the line of scrimmage, whatever it was. It's kind of finding a happy medium between giving those guys a look, obviously, and finding a way to make myself better. Not necessarily finding a happy medium, but finding a way to make myself better while giving those guys the looks. And even if it's throwing a ball that I necessarily don't want to throw, it's important for those guys. And obviously I can get something out of it too, finding a way to complete that pass.
Hey, Trey, not having talked to you since your start against Arizona, when you looked at that game, what were your takeaways, and how valuable was it as a learning experience?
Yeah, it was huge. Any reps I can get, I think I gain a lot from mentally and physically. Looking back at the game, specifically a couple of plays, obviously the fourth downs converting, the 4th and 1 on the goal line. I think if I score there, it changes the whole game. So I think that's probably one of the plays that I look back on most, frustrated with myself that I didn't make that happen and let those guys down right there. But throughout the game, I learned a lot, some good, some bad. I think that's kind of how every game's going to go. But yeah, I'd say that 4th and 1, not scoring on the goal line definitely hurt. And then obviously us not converting on 3rd down, 4th down. That's tough to do. It's tough to win games that way, but a lot of good too. I don't want to take away the good from it, because we had a lot of guys that played really, really well. So it was a ton of fun. And like I said, obviously learned a lot from it.
Trey, some of your teammates and Mike McDaniel have talked about how leadership-wise, your personality has really started to shine through the last couple of months, and as guys have gotten to know you better. Is that just something that was planned? Is that just kind of who you are? And really, what have you learned about leadership from Jimmy Garoppolo?
I learned a ton from Jimmy. The type of person he is, always willing to help guys out, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. He really cares. He's a really great teammate. For me, I think probably just becoming more comfortable, finding my role, embracing my role a little bit more, I guess, this last few weeks is probably what those guys are talking about. But for me, it's about finding my role. Like I said, Jimmy's our starting quarterback. So if he can go on Sunday, I'm going to continue to do my job and be as prepared as I can in case something happens to him. But Jimmy's toughness, like him playing a whole, 3/4 of a game with what happened to his thumb, it's not a whole lot of guys that could have done that.
Trey, the 49ers locker room is known for being very close. Richard Sherman was in it previously and was kind of the guy who everybody went to as a resource. Who have you leaned on outside the quarterback's room in the locker room just to get some guidance and leadership?
Yeah, I'm super blessed. I could name 30 guys. We have so many guys on our team that are, different personality types, but lead in their own way. Obviously, Fred is a great one. Jimmy Ward, talking about defensive guys, but I mean, we could go all the way across from Alex Mack, Lakin, our whole entire offensive line, Trent, obviously. I mean, we just have so many guys that have been in the league for so long. So for me as a rookie, obviously learning, not only football side of things, but outside of football, for them being able to teach me and kind of take me under their wing. I mean, I'm super thankful for it.
Just for clarity, you said as far as your locker room arrangement, you're next to Jimmy Ward.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that was done on purpose? That he's the longest tenured guy. He's the quarterback on defense. Do you think the 49ers arranged that so that you would have those types of conversations with him?
I don't know. They might have that might be stretched a little bit, but I'll ask the EQ guys. But it's definitely been awesome for me. It was actually Jimmy Ward and Jason Verrett. JV's on my other side, so it's been awesome for me. But like I mentioned earlier, our locker room's super close. So me shouting across the locker room to Lakin isn't anything.
We'll do a couple more.
Trey, you mentioned earlier about you feel healthier than you've ever felt for a while here. How much of an issue was your right index finger early in the season and through that game against the Cardinals?
I mean, it was frustrating, but it wasn't like I couldn't throw the football. It was more of a thing where the inflammation and everything, when I chipped the bone, it wouldn't straighten all the way. So it's kind of been a continuous thing every day, just working at getting it straighter and straighter and straighter, and obviously getting the swelling to go down. But just finishing throws, I think, was probably the biggest thing. When you can't straighten that pointer finger that you're used to, finishing all your throws with, I think was the biggest part of it. But yeah, it's just continuing to get better.
Trey, what was it like taking a full week's worth of reps with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and the other starters, as opposed to working the scout team this week?
It was a lot of fun. I think I gained a lot from it. I get a lot better for sure. And obviously being around those guys, the energy they bring every single day, every single rep, and just their playmaking abilities, obviously is a lot of fun to be around.
The last one, Cam.
Hey, Trey, one more health question. Matt brought up the finger, but can you bring up just what it was like with the sprained knee, how scary that was the day after the game, and just the whole process of recovering from the sprained knee?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I didn't know that anything happened until really I was laying in my bed, and I kind of rolled over, and it just felt weird. So I texted our trainers and just let them know. Thankfully, it wasn't anything too serious. I wasn't super concerned because I didn't really feel anything during the game, but I was just frustrated. Obviously, I wanted to be able to be ready to go for the Colts game in case something happened to Jimmy. But thankfully, Jimmy was able to be back for it. So, I guess that's all I got to say about it. It was frustrating, but I feel great now.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Happy New Year.
It's Trey Bay time. Yo, man, what'd you think, dude? What'd you think about that?
I mean, I think he was pretty composed on there, and it seemed like when he's a little dodgy on the injuries, and because he's probably trying to, not give away too much. But yeah, I feel like he feels like he's confident. He's still trying to also not give away the fact of who's starting. Like, yeah, if Jimmy can't go, we know he's starting. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that finger looked to be straight too. So I'm pretty sure he's ready to go, and I'm excited to go out there and see him today.
Thanks a lot, Nick, man, for coming on here. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Sincerely. Thank you. I'll get back to you later on about us going on for tomorrow. All right. Yeah, man. I'm very, very excited. I am to see him in his offense, see what he could do. Elijah Mitchell back. Oh man. Like I said, I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna wait for it, dude. He reaches back. I'm gonna say, how far is it gonna go? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's either Deebo, Ayuk, or Kittle. It might Sheffield might be in there. You never know. You never knew who Kyle puts in there for a long one. So
yeah, and I just feel like in this game we're gonna have to dial up at least a couple deep shots just to keep the defense honest. It's something that we haven't been able to do with Jimmy G, and Lovie Smith is a really good defensive coordinator. He has a cover 2-man principle. It's going to be a lot of off-man coverage, which is going to lead to a lot of short passes that eventually set up the deep ball.
Gotcha. What's your final thoughts on this game now before the game starts?
I feel like just everybody has to stay composed. We can't take them lightly, obviously, because they took down a really good Chargers team, probably eliminated their playoff hopes. And like I go back to it again, like let's get Lance in rhythm on that first drive. Let's get him an easy pitch and catch, something that get him in rhythm for the passing game.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I'm so happy, and I'm glad he's going to be playing. Okay, Trey. Okay, Troy. Hope Trey won't put too much pressure on himself. That's true. That's true. That's true. I agree with that, Troy. I do. 100%. I mean, like I said in our last show all together, when he comes out of that tunnel, it's electric. He's on feel from the crowd. I'm telling you. When he feels it, with the guys around him, surrounding around him, when he come out of that tunnel, he's going to feel the electricity come into his body. I'm telling you. He's going to feel it. And when he gets into the sideline and he gets him with the guys, he's trying to give him high fives and all that. Let's do this, boy. It's your game. It's your game. Do it. And then, of course, just hope Kyle don't hold him back.
Yeah.
I hope Kyle lets him release himself. I want Kyle to not hold him back. I want Kyle just let him release himself, man. Let him play what he's been doing ever since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You went to college for a reason, and all the numbers he has in college. Just let him do it, Let him be himself. But we all know Kyle is stubborn when it comes to his playbook. He wants all his players to run his playbook the way he wants it. But Kyle, you can't do that all the time, man. Okay, you gotta let your players release themselves and see what they got. Now I know for a fact that Kyle's gonna be watching him too. He's gonna be watching him the whole time. You see how he does in the pocket, see how he reacts to open coverages and all that shit. So that's basically what it comes down to. So
it's going to be a lot of adrenaline pumping in for him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think for the first part, we want to settle down. Just nothing too crazy in the beginning. Just let him settle in, and strange as it sounds, he needs to take that first hit to just kind of get into the game, and the butterflies kind of go away, so to speak.
Once the butterflies go away and he feels it, I think it's gonna be a different game for him. He's gonna do much better. He's gonna release it out, and I hope it happens. And like Troy said when he was on the show, the pressure is trying to get to him. I just hope not. I just pray to God, Troy, that it don't get to him. Okay. I just hope he plays his game, plays what he loves, just comes out with it, So basically now, you guys can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay. You can follow us on that. All right. I have my brother here, KG Zizzle. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm trying to say it right. That way I'll mess you up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
KG Zizzle. That's what I'm trying to say it. 4081. And I do like your background.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that background too. I like that one. The old style 49ers. I like that shit. I do.
I love it. I love the old uniforms. We need to go back to those a couple of times.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. And of course, like I always say, guys, keep the faith, never lose hope. All right. Never lose that stuff. You do, then it ain't worth by playing because it's all messed up then. I'm gonna leave the trivia question, of course, up to Mark because that's his thing. So basically all I got for you guys is just stay faithful and hopefully we can win this game today. It's very important. I know it is. And Troy even said himself, follow us. Follow us. And I want to thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart. And let me see. I got one more banner to go through here. Sorry about that. Sorry, a little slow here. There you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching our Always Faithful 24/7 podcast. And of course, Troy has to do another one. There you go, Troy. We appreciate all the support. We do, guys. We do. Thank you very much. Thank you. and my man Jizzle. Hopefully, are you available tonight for the Interaction Overaction show?
I'll get back to you on that. Just let me
Yeah.
know. Text me and let me know a time.
I got you. No problem. But thank you very much, guys, for coming on here. I just wanted to show you the news for the last few days and plus the videos for the pressers and see how we do. So, guys, that's us. Always Faithful 24/7 podcast. Thank you so much, and we out of here.